In your experience, what is the interaction of reception and influence of Christian and Jewish faith in the context of real-life psychoanalytic community today? If faith received, struggled with, and is pondered on, is it scored or dialogued with? How is it?
I think an example that I could give that would give a picture of that is the memorial service for Stephen Mitchell. Lewis Aaron was a protege of Stephen Mitchell and one of his dearest friends. And when Stephen Mitchell suddenly passed away, of course, Lewis Aaron was profoundly impacted by that and was asked to give the eulogy at his memorial service. What did he start out with? The very first thing, reading Psalm 91 to an auditorium of analysts. So it makes a difference if the leadership in your particular psychoanalytic community is open to faith. And I know in my New York psychoanalytic community, NYU postdoc, there's a great openness to that. Now, of course, you're talking about a faith and a religion that is open to thinking, to dialogue, to doubt. And if it is embraced in a thoughtful way and it is not foisted on others, it is totally acceptable. We have a lot of very observant Jewish people, a lot of Buddhists, a lot colleagues of mine who are Catholic. So, and the course that I teach at NYU is psychoanalysis and the Christian narrative. So that was accepted and promoted.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you ever come across more harsh misunderstanding when you try to incorporate Christian narrative into your practice and theory?
Yes, actually, I've been in the process of writing and delivering a paper for publication, and the person that's handling the paper read it, and in it I speak of how I, as a Christian, do some things that might be different, that I may pray for my patient to God on their behalf. And so he came back and questioned me and said, excuse me, God is not just a symbol to you, he really is. I said, yeah, he really is. Yes. And of course, we all really do have our belief systems, don't we? While they may not be articulated and acknowledged, but we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife and I have often quipped that we experience more acceptance as Christians in the psychoanalytic community than as Christians we understand and experience acceptance of being psychoanalysts in the Christian community. And so particularly in our circles of psychoanalytic community, centering around New York University and also the White Institute in New York, and other institutes that are relationally oriented across the country, there's actually an openness, a curiosity, an invitation for us to bring our Christian perspective into the room. We experienced this in our classes at NYU, so we were known as a couple of the only Christians in the entire program. And we would be invited in class to actually add a perspective that otherwise might not be there. Not always, but often.